climate change, but we are also dealing with the people, we are dealing with the children, and we are dealing with their educational level. So we are not accusing you to choose the resolution paper that we are working on it, but we are offering you to think about the whole articles that we are putting there for the sake of the nation. Thank you.
Storms, floods, and waterlogging are identified as key drivers of poverty, and poverty is highest in rural areas. These factors, combined with Myanmar's high exposure to hazards,
acknowledge the importance of building climate resilience to ensure the well-being of its citizens in the efforts to eradicate poverty. Therefore, Bulgaria stands with the European Union in addressing climate change and has committed to ambitious mission of.
As of today, 1.3 million have been displaced within the borders of Central Africa, translating to 1 in 5 Central Africans left in such a compromising situation. Honorable Chair and my fellow delegates, the constant cycle of poverty is no doubt interlinked with the lasting effects of climate change. The food and water scarcity, lack of basic necessities, and the inability to thrive economically are the impacts of climate change on the Central African Republic. Central Africa is calling for support and possible collaborations globally in an effort to alleviate the damage dealt by climate change. The Central African Republic also hopes to improve.
This means that in order to achieve this, we must look at multiple factors simultaneously. The 2023 Global Assessment Report on Risk Reduction defines resilience in terms of 3 dimensions.
Firstly, to integrate climate change into the curriculum. So from primary to higher secondary education, you can teach about climate science, impacts, adaptation strategies, and sustainable practices relevant to your country.
Delighted and privileged today to be able to discuss arguably 2 of the most pressing issues affecting our world. The topic of building climate resilience and efforts of eradicating poverty. President Emmanuel Macron once said, "No country should choose between reducing poverty and protecting the planet."
From sticking to the commitments to become carbon neutral by 2060 and limit greenhouse gas emissions to 70% of 1990 levels by 2030. One of Russia's stated goals today is to set higher goals in reducing the level of poverty in half by 2024, and that is to build concrete solutions to make it possible to reach, and adaptation and mitigation is raised in a national action plan leadership as a whole.
Then how can we resolve it if we will look into something bigger, if we would push for bigger projects that we will not even be able to comprehend?
As a result of human activity, the climate will continue to change for the coming decades. Climate change will have a profound impact on the way we live our lives. To keep this impact bearable, we need to learn to mitigate and adapt. The precise change in climate is difficult to predict, especially on a smaller
of Resolution 1.2 is because Australia sees the need to include and clarify the needed financial backings on these programs. And
this awareness drops to a mere 58%. We must strive for nothing less than 100% awareness, providing every individual, regardless of their background or location, the opportunity to understand climate change and its dire consequences, as it is fundamental to our collective future. The Syrian Arabic Republic calls on the international community to strengthen and reinforce UNESCO's global climate education policies. Our focus should be on countries grappling with conflict and instability.
Establish a fund dedicated to supporting climate resilience projects in developing nations, including Laos.
Additionally, Resilience Monetary Fund will be a board of representatives from all of the member states, and they will elect 24 executives that will